What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is once again, like on Thursday, I'm making a second NFL primetime football review video. But this time it's Sunday Night Football. 3 days later, on September 8th, 2024, it's the Detroit Lions taking on the Los Angeles Rams in the Ford Field in Detroit, live in Detroit, Michigan. And yeah, we got so much to talk about on it. And yeah, like even though it didn't range up high expectations, like the Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens, but they still did an amazing job with the game on a lovely Sunday night like tonight. And yeah, it's something that you would want to watch. It was something similar, like the score was very similar to this past Sunday, only by a point short from being exactly like it, identically. But we're gonna, yeah. Well, any further delay, we're gonna start off like who got the ball first, who won the coin toss, which I don't know specifically who chose what, but after they showed the performance of not performance, but like the intro with wasn't it Carrie Underwood that sings the song "Waiting All Day for Sunday Night," and then this is where we got the game started. Like it was who was it? It was I believe it was the Detroit Lions that got the ball. I could be mistaken, but yeah, I think it was them. It started off with them. No, it wasn't the Detroit. It was the Los Angeles Rams that did it. They got the ball. It was Jake Bates that kicked it. This is where we got But yeah, not the Los Angeles, the Detroit Lions then also denied, denied Matthew Stafford on the first round, like and after I don't know, like a touch. I don't know, it was a touchback with Matthew Stafford trying to pass it to, like throw it to each and like a couple of different receivers until he got buried with a huge humongous sack, like what the commentator even said right after I said it. I was like, wow, like I was like yeah, like he just said it like 2 minutes right after I said it, like because there was like so many defensive linemen just buried right on top of Matthew. This where they kicked it all the way to this return man in the 30-yard line, but he managed to get stopped at the 35 at by the special teams of the Los Angeles Rams is where they switched the positions into offense to defense on the Detroit Lions, and then the same with vice versa to the Detroit. I mean, to the what they call the LA Rams. This is where we got Jared Goff and passed it to who was it? It was that he passed it to. It was I can. Oh no, he passed it to the running back. He only got 2 yards. Is where he passed St. Brown. That's who it was, number 14, St. Brown. But he gets tripped over by the linebacker, number 56, by Christian Rosebrook. And then this is where then we got next up, and then on the third round on the play, like on third and 4, I believe. This is where we got one of the receivers were in promotion, but this is where we got the Rams then did the same what they did to what the defensive lineman on Detroit did to their quarterback Matthew Stafford, and then they had no choice but to kick with him losing like about I believe almost 10 yards, like about he was that like it was like fourth and after that it was like fourth and it was like third and 4, so it was like fourth and what was it? It was like with Jared Goff taking a huge sack by the Los Angeles Rams defense, which I believe one of them was Aaron Donald, and then this is where and also Ernest Dennis, this new lineman like of the defense. Also, he also helped sack him too. What's his name? Daniel. Who was it? No, I don't think it was Aaron Donald. It was Oh yeah, Aaron Donald did not play. Yeah, my mistake. It was the second stream lineman. This where it was like 4th and 13, I believe. This where he kicked it, but this where we got them throwing it pass it to the receiver, but he immediately got took down by the special teams. This where That's where the referee Adrian Hill that threw the flag didn't explain what was the who got the flag penalty, which it was the return team of the the Los Angeles Rams. That's who it was. Yeah, he kicked it to him to swear but before then it was the defense and return team of the Rams, and then they got half-inch distance to the goal and to the touchback line. And I was like, dang, that's very messed up for the poor Los Angeles Rams, like for them to get the ball back. But that's where they start from there. And then Matthew Stafford's like half the inch distance or no half-inch distance. Like we're still gonna manage to get out of here and then get to the other side, which they did. Like like with them getting a couple first downs, and he even passed it to his tight end when still at the 30, like at 2nd and 6, I believe. Like yeah, 2nd and 6, like after the running back. I'm not sure who was the running back, but yeah, he ran it for like about 4 yards. This is where we got Matthew Stafford. Then was at the I believe was at the 43-yard line, like in their side, I believe. But this were 43. No, I mean no, I'm wrong. What I'm talking about, it was at the 38-yard line, I believe. Yeah, it was at the 38-yard line. Is where no, it was 37, I believe. Yeah, it was 37. This is where Matthew Stafford tried to launch it right into the receiver. This is where it was at the Cooper Cup. And I was like, yeah, that guy never lets Matthew down. This is where even though he only got him like about 8 yards, with him, like even though Matthew Stafford messed up by not catching the ball when the center passed it to him, but this is where Matthew was like okay, I'm not gonna mess this up again. Is where when one of his receivers was in motion. This is where we got Matthew Stafford passed it to Kerwin Williams. This is where he ran about the 2-yard line for a first down. Of course, that's where they're like, okay, like we got a new set of downs. Like we don't have to worry about being in the 4th down line anytime soon. This is where we got Puka Nakova, I believe that's what his name is, or Nakoa, yeah, Puka Nakoa. Then caught the football. He got about like 13 or 15 yards after getting past the ball by Matthew. This is where we got Matthew. Then was like, all right, run one to 180, like, all right, you hear me? Repeatedly now, say hiking is where he snapped the ball, threw it to I believe it was Cooper Cup, which he only got like 2 yards, I believe. That's where then Cooper Cup was like, okay, like even though it's not how we expected it to be, but we cannot complain. That's where we well, I made a mistake. It was 4 yards actually that Cooper Cup got, but it's where we got Matt Stafford to try to throw it to the Demarcus Robinson, which he overthrew it right to the left side onto out of bounds. Is where then we got let's see. That's where then we got Matthew Stafford to try again at 3rd and 6. This is where the all right 180. I said, well, I can't hear you. Like back forward, like hike. And this is where he snaps it, throws it right to who was it? It was Arkansas, the tight end. Yeah, Arkansas like got the football. Like he got the 6 yards and more, which I believe he got like about I'll say maybe like about 7 more yards, I believe. Like which he got up right to the 19-yard line, which was at the Detroit side of the field. Is where we got there were like a few yards, a few downs away, if not like 2 yard first downs away from a touchdown. That's where Matthew Stafford was like, all right now, what I said, hike. He fake passing to Kerwin Williams, threw it to trying to go for he tried to go for Arkansas again, but this is where he got pushed right on the outside by the linebacker of the Detroit Lions. This is where Matt Stafford's like, all right, like that did not work. Shoot, like, but like I have an idea that even not even the Kansas City Chiefs would know know what we were doing like with their defense. Like if we ever played against them. But anyway, this is where we got Matthew Stafford. Then try to snap the ball. This is where he's like, "One." I said, "Down." Said Heike. He snapped the ball, but this is where he made a huge mistake of saying that, and this plan really wasn't foolproof, and he got run over by like about two different defensive linemen from the Detroit Lions, like just sandwiching him, one on the front and one in the back, like boom, and completely pancaking him while they're making a sandwich out of the poor quarterback. This is where we got he got pushed back right into the eight, like he got pushed back 8 yards back, like which it was like 3rd and 18. This is where we got Matthew Stafford and try to find his intended receiver that's going to get him into the end zone. But this is where, like, the flag was thrown, like, and the referees start blowing their whistles, like, all right, stop. Like, all right, like, that's enough. This is where that's where they stopped. This is where, before the defensive tackle can knock over Stafford. This is where we got the referees and was like it's a false start. And then you should see the Detroit Lions as the reaction. Detroit Lions fans were reacting like with this when they were saying there was a false start penalty on the Rams. This is where it was like, yeah, like we knew that the Lions wouldn't let us down. This is where they were pushed back 5 more yards, which that was 3rd and 23. And I was like, this was a complete bummer. Like, and like I hope that the Rams can bounce back from this and get like over 20 yards and more. But unfortunately, Kerwin Williams only could get like I would say maybe about, I'm not sure, about 5, 6, or 7 yards, but he ran it for like a few. This is where he got knocked over eventually, which he got 4th down. This is where they got the kicker out there because they need to get a field goal or else they're going to be doing nothing. No, don't listen to him. But anyway, this is where we got. But this is where he was kicking a field goal, right? Like he got 4. This where, but yeah, it were at the 41-yard line. This 41 yard, and it was like 4th and I'm not sure. I think it was 4th and 16. I guess you could say. This is where he successfully got a field goal kick. This is where we finally got someone in the lead, and there was none other than the Los Angeles Rams. But even though they were the away team, but they managed to get the first points, like score into the game. But yeah, we saw them kicking the football right back to the Detroit Lions, the home team. This is where we got. This is where they were at the 20-yard line. Well, no, I think. No, they got like a first down from a run, but this is where we got Jared Goff then passed to the running back, which was, I believe, was what's his name? Montgomery, that's what his name is. This way Jared Goff passed to Montgomery. He got like about 5 yards on the play. This is where it was like I'm not sure it was 5 in particular, but I think it was 4 yards actually, because it was 2nd and 6. That's where we got. That's where the Jared Goff then passed. I mean, not Jared Goff, but the Lions coach then switched Montgomery with a different running back, which was, what's his name? It was Gibbs. Yeah, it was Gibbs. That's where he running for 6 and more, which I believe he got like about 11 or 12 yards. That's like pretty much double on what he needed to get. This is where then we got. But this is where then we got. No, I think I was mistaken because it was because he only got like about 5 yards actually. Yeah, because because it was 3rd and 1. That's where then he passed it right into Montgomery again. But this time, like it was on the third attempt to get a first down, which he did pass the line of scrimmage, like to get the 1 yard to get a first down. That's where then we got that's where they passed to Montgomery again. This is where the referee then threw a flag like after this play, and it was none other than Adrian Hill again. Like what is up with him being the one that's doing all the job? Like he really wants a raise tonight, like immediately. And that's where then we got that's where then the referee then went right onto the camera. That's where then he was like, all right, like it was illegal to their hands, like in hands to the face, and it was the defense, like, and that's where they got. And this is where we got a 5-yard penalty with Detroit getting an automatic first down on the play. This is where then we got Montgomery then go for a run again, but linebackers from Detroit then knock him over. This is where we got which I believe was Reeder that tackled him to the ground. This is where then we got That's where then we got That's where he passed again to Montgomery. This is where he went right towards the left. He started juking everybody until we got number 8 or 9. No, 8. It was 8 that knocked him down, which I assume that's a linebacker. I totally don't remember who is in that position. I need to start doing more of my NFL research. But this is where we got Jared Goff was first down again when Montgomery was keep running. And I was like, somebody better give him a bonus for this game because he was definitely the MVP of the night. Like, and then if the NFL or anybody or at least the Detroit Lions don't give him no kind of an award for tonight, I'm definitely gonna give him that MVP award of the night. Courtesy to the SNA podcast, yours truly, Super Ninja Austin. This is where we got. This is where we got. Let's see what happened next. It was
It's okay.
But yeah, that's what happened. It was the clock ran out for the first round, and in the first round it was 3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0, and then that's where we got. They continued on the second the quarter with Jared Goff and the rest of the Detroit Lions were 3rd and 2 at I'll say at the 30. No, that's the 26-yard line actually, because they were in the Los Angeles Rams' territory. This is where then we got Jared Goff then snapped the ball, try to throw it to St. Brown, but this is where he dropped the ball because the defense was right on him in the corner position. This is where they were in 4th and 2. They had no choice but to kick a field goal, and they had no choice but to kick a field goal, but they were like, no, wait, we have a better idea because we got a very special trick play that nobody cannot even go try to stop that no defense in the NFL nobody, and not even the Kansas City Chiefs defense can even stop them the same with the Los Angeles Rams we're talking about, but when we saw what they did, which it was Montgomery just running it in for the 2 yards, and then this is where they got new sets of downs. This is where do we got?
Put on Mario Kart right now.
This is where do we got? What's his name? Okay.
Not you. Yeah, you. I don't.
Trying to see where the cord is. It's gonna be very difficult.
Play Mario Kart together. Turn it on right now. There's one cord right here.
Okay.
But what's mine? What's my cord? Look for over there. Oh crap!
This is what's called.
This
is for that's for the black controllers.
I'm about to poop on someone. Who has it? Oh,
I can borrow this. If this will work.
That could work. I guess that could work. I guess that.
Hurry up!
Hurry up!
Okay. Hurry up.
No, not you. I'm talking
No,
about my game.
I'm talking about Birdie
That's
Brian.
okay.
I think you're
No. You're good, Juliet.
Yeah, you're good. I was talking about my game.
You good.
I'm not sure if this will work.
Yeah. Good.
Shake it, booty. Shake it.
It's not
Shake my
gonna work,
booty.
Trey. You.
Shake it.
But that's what I was saying on this review.
On.
Hold
It's
on.
not
It
on.
might work.
Anyway, this is where we got
I'm trying to help. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
let's see what happened. It was Jared Goff to throw it right into the tight end Sam Laporta. That's what his name is. Like at first down, like in the 20-yard line, is where like I believe 25, I believe.
Wait. Wait, I guess for this.
No, Mario Kart, remember?
Maybe after Mario Kart, Birdie. But anyway, this is where we got.
This ain't Mario.
Here's what Laporta they got.
This ain't Mario Kart.
It's not Mario Kart. It's Super Monkey Ball. But this is where then we got the Rams is like near the 15-yard line. And then they eventually got into the first then goal at the 10. That's where then he fake passed it to Montgomery. This is where then he tried to throw it to St. Brown. St. Brown choked one of the defensive men. This is where then we got but he gets eventually get hit with one of the safeties, I believe. This is where he gets taken down. This is where we got. This is where then we got what else happened? It was that's where we got let's see. That's where we got Jared Goff was having trouble throwing it.
So good.
I don't know.
Hey, I want
But anyway, this is where we got this is where Jared Goff then snapped the ball. This is where he tried to this is where he nearly threw it to the Porta, like their tight end. But once he tried to get in one-handed catch, this is where he dropped the ball because he got tripped over by the Rams defense. I was like, man, these defensive men do not play. Like, they're dangerous. They're like up in the top 5 list of the most dangerous defense in all of pro football. This is where then we got
Why is it not working? Can you help
I don't know. I don't think this is the right cord for it because it won't go in.
do it.
Hold on.
Oh, never mind. Here it is.
Okay, let's play now. Start it. I'll pay.
But anyways, Assassinators is where we got. But yeah, this is where we got.
No.
What happened next? Like it was at 4th down. This is where we got. This is where then we got.
Yeah, let's choose that.
I think they did kick the field goal. Yeah, they decided to kick a field goal. This is where they kicked it right to the Rams. They retrieved the ball. This is where we got. This is where we got.
That one.
It was This is where they passed it to Kerwin White. Kerwin Williams. It was they get this is where he threw a pass right to Kerwin Williams, but this is where he only got like I'll say about 7 yards, and then that's where they passed again. And he got the 3 yards. This is where what they've been running him like if he's there, Montgomery. This is where Matthew Stafford did a group huddle with the Rams and see what when he tried to. He tried to go for a pass, but I believe he got an incomplete pass. I believe.
Crap.
And this is where then we got this is like okay, like pretend I'm gonna give it to you, but we're gonna pass it to you. Like so, are we Like, are we clear up on this? And this is where the rest of the team were like, yes. And it's like, okay,
I'm
break. And then it's where they were trying, and this is where the Detroit fans were trying to get louder. Like if they're at Arrowhead, this is where they're like, come on, like make some noise. And this is where then they try to do that to distract the offense of the Rams. This is where he passed it to his other running back, Rivers. This is where Rivers ran it for the 10 yard, and he got the first down. This is where he got. This is where then we got the Rams and regroup. This is where we got.
I want the switch.
This is where then what else happened? It was
Oh yeah, I got first place.
No, actually, you're in last.
What happened next at the next round? Like when they were at like the 45, I believe, yard line. This is where. But this is where then they got a timeout by the LA Rams because the coach, I'm trying to remember his name. I remember plenty of times. It's not in my head right now. But yeah, he called a timeout. This is where then we got they got a picture-in-picture break until they. This is where then we got
Come on.
he got 60 seconds for a break. But this is where then we got
I need to play.
this is where one of the wide receivers was going in motion, but this is where we got Cooper Kupp. Then got the first. Though I believe it was Rivers that went for a run, and I was like, I hope that certain scapegoat don't come around when they go back to the what they call it back to Los Angeles to play for in their own stadium at SoFi, because who knows, like maybe. Because like he could storm up a River, like if he's his best friend, the biscuit iced tea chicken hotcakes man. Even though this has nothing to do with wrestling, but yeah, like I'm just bringing it. I thought I might bring it up because on the fact that he's from Los Angeles. That's why I'm just gonna throw it out there anyway. But it's where. But it's where then we got
Karma.
This is where he passed the Cooper Kupp in motion. This is where he got the 3 yards and more, which I believe he got like about 3 more yards, making it a 6. This is where we got what happened next. It was not Jared Goff. It was Matthew Stafford that snapped the ball. They were like about to do a pass, but he did what's that? Did a false snap. This is where then we got. This is where then we got. This is where he passed it to his other receiver, Puka Nakua. This is where we got. It was a second and now it was like a second and I believe was 4, which he only got like 6 yards on the play when he got thrown the ball. This is where. That's where he tagged in. Not tagged. That's where he then passed it to what's his name, Curlin Williams. Is where he got the 4 yards. He got new sets. Like this where then they. That's where I tried to pass the Cooper Kupp again, but this is where he ended up going out of bounds and complete. This is where then they did redo another play. This is where it was let's see. When Matthew Stafford snapping right back, turning around, is where he nearly got sacked by his one linebacker. But this is where he spin back, but he just threw it away to the left side, which I believe was trying to throw it to either Cooper Kupp or who was it, Demarcus Robinson. But like one of the two, but this is where it was 3rd and 10. This is where Detroit was like, give out, people. This is where one fan was leading up there. Wah, roar, start roaring like if they literally was a lion. This is where then we got the Rams like, no, we need the bulldoze them with our horns. This is where he passed it to Puka Nakua, but this is where he only got like about 7 yards because he landed into the right side, like he was like I believe it was like 2 or 3 inches away from a couple inches away from the line of scrimmage. This is where then we got what's his name was limping a little. Luckily he was okay. Matthew Stafford. We got hit hard by one of the defensive men, which it was Hutchinson, the defensive tackle. Yeah, or if not the defensive, I Actually, I think it's a defensive end because he's more skinnier and more quicker. Not trying to make fun of the defensive tackle. They're just more buffer and meatier. But yeah, this is where he knocked him down. He did him back first, like boom, slam right back first. Like, holy sugar on the iced tea. This is where Matthew Stafford's like, oh, what the heck? Like, we don't have nothing to lose. And besides, we're still at the second quarter. It's not like it's the fourth quarter. Like, we're tied. Like, so, and like, we got 6 minutes left. So why not try to go for it? They're only 4 yards. Is where he tried to throw it right onto his. That's where he tried to throw it to his favorite receiver that never let him down. But unfortunately, like this time, out of any time in the game, Cooper Kupp accidentally dropped the football. And at the fourth down, I'm like, yo, like, why did you drop it? Like, even though, like, he did got, even though he was dropped, even though he did got prevented by the corner, but still, like, he should have caught the ball despite that because it was right in his hands, but it was jumping into his hands and then to one of the corner's hands, and then it just fell right to the ground, bouncing off of Cooper Kupp's hands. But yeah, this is where the Detroit Lions started thin and there.
I'm winning. Yes.
This is where
I'm winning.
this is where then we
You're about to die.
this is where then we got
Has to run into
what's his name threw a big one. Not Matthew. What's his name? Jared Goff.
Oh yeah.
This is where then Jared Goff then launched it right into his intended receiver, which he got about 37 yards, almost 40. I'm like, wow. Like, he literally just got it. I think he passed enemy territory while doing so. That's where I'm like, yeah, like, what are they going to do now? Overgrown Buffaloes. This is where then we got
No.
that's where what's his name? The fake passed it to.
I got you.
This is where we got Jared Goff fake pass it to his running back. I'm trying to remember his name. Gibbs. That's what his name is. Gibbs. But this is where he lost it right into. Who was it? It was the same receiver that got the 37 yards from that reception. But unfortunately, the Lightning didn't struck twice immediately in the second straight time in a row, like a signature finishing maneuver in professional wrestling. This is where then we got the receiver was very disappointed and upset. He was like, oh, come on, that should have been. It was Jameis. That's what the receiver's name is. That got the 37. It was Jameis Williams, I believe. Yeah. Which he was at the age of 23 years old. He's from the University of he played for the University of Alabama in college. And I was like, dang, like, this guy's a year older than me. Like, wow. Like, how come I'm not a sports athlete? Like, well, maybe I'm not quite there yet. I still need some time to get there. You're
right behind me.
Like, I need to start training, like, running it, like, until we got into I'll say the 25-yard line, I believe.
No, you can't be running now.
This is where then he threw it right into. This is where the Jared Goff then threw it to Williams. He got another first down, maybe like 5 extra yards. This is where he went flat on the ground. This is where then we got. But this is where one of the defensive men didn't actually trip right over his leg, though. Like, he was having trouble getting back up, and he started limping. I was like, uh-oh, like, let's hope he's not hurt. Like, let's hope this is all just a bruise. But I believe it was because he continued to play for the rest of the game. This is where we got. Let's see what happened. It was
I'm crying now because you're running away from me.
This is where
I'm trying to get you.
This is where the Gibbs then ran it a little bit once they were at the red zone. I believe was at the 20-yard line, and they were getting closer to the 10. They were just like a line away from being at the first and goal line in the red zone. This is where then we got what's his name? Jared Goff, like, kill, doing this by tapping his helmet on side to side. This is where he was like, well, like with a gain of 8 from Jamison Williams, like with Jamison Williams and running like with that sneak pass, like. But this is where they're like, this is where they're trying to throw it to Gibbs again. But we only got like a yard. This is where it was like 3rd and 1. This is where then we got let's see what happened. It was like the tight end like of the Rams, the Lions then were in motion trying to create a diversion to So make it look like he's gonna be the intended receiver, but really he passed it to Gibbs again. This is where he tripped. They eventually tripped him over, but it was too late because they got the first down past the line. They were like at the 5, they finally got the first and goal. It was a late start though, because once you pass the 10, it's the first and goal. But since they were at the 15 or the 12-yard line, they had to redo it, of making that exactly the first and goal line at the 5, I believe. Is where we got. That's where then Cherikov then throw it to his tight end. What's his name? Brock Wright. That's what his name is. He threw it right to his man Brock Wright, but he only got about I'll say maybe about 2 yards, perhaps, which it was 14 seconds away from being 2-minute warning. But the timer went out, so they can try again after the warning. This is where they did so. This is where we got. Let's see. This is where then we got.
What?
And this is where then we got Gibbs. Was it Gibbs or was it Montgomery? It was one of them, Montgomery or Gibbs. I believe it was Gibbs. Gibbs then would try to run and try to put his arm right up across the play so he can make a touchdown. But this is where then they were not sure what exactly it was. They had to go back to another commercial, which is known as the most powerful force in all of sports. And it was the commercial break. And this is where once they came back from the commercial break, that's where then we got That's where then they confirmed that it was indeed a touchdown by the Detroit Lions by Gibbs. This is where they got the extra point afterwards. This is where they kicked it back to the Rams with 1 minute and 57 seconds to be spared. This is where then we got. I see. That looks very awesome. In the battle. But anyways.
No, I'm not to betray you now.
This is where they show all the games won in the first week with the Rams. The Chargers actually beat the Raiders, the Vegas Raiders to be the exact. And they also got the Atlanta Falcons got beaten by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Same with Dallas beating the Cleveland Browns, and etc. But let's continue to talk about on this game on to the 1 minute and 20 seconds of the second quarter of this game of the Sunday Night Football. This is where we got Matthew Stafford trying to pass it right into Kerwin Williams, but this is where he gets stopped. He didn't went nowhere. As a matter of fact, I think he lost some yards, but I'm not sure if it even mattered. When it came to the yellow flag, because it was but maybe it did matter because it was the defense that got the penalty because it was offside because they jumped before Matthew Stafford could even snap the ball. This is where they got this is where they're like, okay, it's gonna be a 5-yard penalty and it's gonna remain as the second down on this play. This is where then they were moved right up. And they got they were a yard away. They were a yard away from being at the first down line. Is where Matthew Stafford was all right, 180. I said, well, set 1, 2, 3, and this is where they snapped the ball, passed it to Williams. He got the first down, but he got more, which was 2 extra yards. This is where we got Matthew Stafford trying to go for trying to go for a passing attempt, but it was an incomplete pass. This is where he tried to go on 2nd and 10. This is where he tried to go for another passing play. This is where he threw it to, I believe, was DeMar. Who was it? It was number 18. It was but Cooper Kupp was in motion. This is where we got. It was let's see.
Oh no, where did the train go?
But it was number 18. But this is where we got we got another flag penalty. I believe it was from the Detroit Lions because this is where
Are you
even the commentators were pointing this out. This where the Adrian Hill was like it is indeed from the defense, and there was a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, and roughing the passer, and he pointed out who it was. It was Hutchinson, like number 97, yeah. And that's another 15-yard penalty in the spot of the foul, and then automatic first, not the spot of the foul, but overpassed the spot of the foul and the automatic first down, which they started right at at the 40, I believe it was at the, it was the 39-yard line actually, like in the Detroit line is where we got. That's where we got Matthew Stafford snapped the ball. That's where then he threw it to his tight end. Parkinson, yeah. He threw it right to Parkinson's arm. This is where he got a big gain. He got 10 yards or more, which I believe he got like I think he probably got like another almost 10 yards, which that was probably like about he ran it right for but he ran it till like he was at the 20, so I'll say like a 19-yard run, like almost 20 yards. This is where we got Matthew Stafford then try to receive the ball. This is where he did try to throw it right. This is where he tried to throw it to somebody, but he decided the smoke sausage flea flicker it right into Kerwin Williams, like if he was Patrick Mahomes. This is where then we got Kerwin Williams that ran it for like about 8 yards on the play, which I believe got like second and 2, which there probably was like at the 20. Are they at the 21-yard line? I believe. Yeah, it was at the 20-yard line. Is where we got. That's where Matthew Stafford then looked like he looked like he was about to pass, like run it to somebody, or even run it himself. Like you never know, even though he's not much of a runner, like Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, or who else is like a running quarterback? That's in the NFL. Let's see. Like just name anybody. Like you like either way, what he was about to do. This where. All right, like we're like 2 yards. We're like 2 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and like about how many yards? Like they were at the. They were like in about the 12-yard line, so just like about 12 yards away from being in the end zone. This is where Cooper Kupp was in motion. This is where he tried to throw it to somebody, which it was to him. He was an intended receiver indeed, which it was confusing for the team. But he managed to get like about 5 yards, which was he got the 2 yards and more, I believe. Like that's where he was like at about the 7-yard line, first and goal. This is where we got go. This is where they went for. This is where they got
Wherever you are, I'm right. Yeah, right here.
And then Cooper Kupp was like always like in motion. This is where we got Matthew Stafford throwing right into the end zone. This is where he tried to throw it to Johnson, like number 18, but this is where it gets immediately intercepted in the end zone, which was like it was to the safety, or was it the corner? Which it was a very rare red zone turnover that they just did. But yeah, they intercepted. It was in the end zone, like, and they're gonna be starting at their 20-yard line, and like in their territory, in the Lions territory. Is where fans were cheering, woohoo! Like this one couple that was screaming with the husband or boyfriend that had a luchador mask. I'm like, he must be he's probably also a wrestling fan for doing that, because why else is he wearing that? But anyway, this is where we got but this is where we got Matthew Stafford and snaps the ball, fake pass it to Gibbs. This is where he try to go for a throw, but this is where he gets immediately sacked by Jared Verse. Like in Verse, yeah, make sure he was down on the ground, and I was like, man, like these guys are starting to try to give with the Aaron Donald like worth his money, but unfortunately he wasn't there tonight due to injury, I believe. Injuries or I'm not sure what was the reason, like, but hopefully he's doing okay. And I want to send all my positivity either way at this very difficult time for the defensive end, MVP defensive end, I guess you could say, if he is that. But but this where the like this where the time was coming. This where time was coming up, and it was the halftime. This is where this is where Jared Goff didn't let the clock run out. Like, and this is where they head out to the back of their locker room. This is where we got some football teams that not have good days with the Buffalo Bills like defeating Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, which I was extremely happy about, because it seemed like we won't be worrying about the Cincinnati Bengals. We don't have to worry about Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs. I'm just not a fan of them. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm being a little biased here. I'm just not a fan of the Ohio State, one of the the Ohio-based state team, like on the NFL, but but also we also got some unfortunate news for Tyreek Hill, like with him being arrested, like, which I'm not sure what was the reason why. They didn't specify anything, but the police surrounded him in the parking lot in the stadium at Miami. And then that's where one of the teammates tried to help him, but they end up getting arrested as well, which I'm not sure why, no, which I'm not going to get into all that. What I'm here to talk about is what happened next in this game between the Rams and the Lions, which I'm going to get into right here, right now. I thought I might just throw in some stuff like that. They also talked about like the Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens, which I believe that was the best game of the week. Let me know in the comment section right down below if you agree with me on that or not. But they also talked about tomorrow there will be the New York Jets taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that because I'm going to be too busy with Monday Night Raw. And it's the first day of WWE week on the USA Network. So I'm going to be a little too busy for that, to do a Monday Night Football review video. I will give you an update, who won the game, though. But yeah, stay tuned to watch the SNA podcast tomorrow. But before I get into the third round, I want to say on the second round, it seemed like that it was it was the Detroit Lions got 10 points, gained 10 points, while the LA Rams then got no points in the second quarter. It was now the score in the second half was 3-10 in the halftime. But before I get into more, I better get some tissue because I'm really having very irritations in my nostrils area.
I can't see you. So you know what we can do? Where are you? I need you. Oh, I can't see you.
Anyway, assassinators. Let's we got the Los Angeles Rams. Was it the Rams or no? It was the Detroit Lions. Who was it? Let's see. It was this is where they showed Jamar Gibbs got 11 in 16 in his 1,100 rushing touchdowns in his career in the NFL. But let's move on. We got
I'm trying to help you.
This is where they kick it to the Detroit Lions, which they got because I believe the LA Rams got the one that it was the LA Rams that got the ball first in the first half in the first quarter. This is where then they start off at the 20 because they decided to do a touchback. This is where we got That's where they threw it. They passed it right to Montgomery. That's where we got. That's where we got. Yeah, Montgomery then running for like a good 2 yards, I believe. That's where we got. Oh no, it was. Yeah, it was, I believe. Which and then we got, I believe, Montgomery. They got like, I believe, got another 4. But this is where he tried to throw it right onto what's his name to what's his name to what's his name? Williams, yeah, the receiver Williams from the Detroit Lions. But this is where he gets stopped by Reader of the Rams in the defense position and the line by the linebacker, of course. Troy Reader, that's what his name is. His first name's Troy. Troy Reader. They had no choice but to kick it. There was 4th and 4. They didn't win nowhere. This is where they kicked it right back to the Rams. This is where we're trying to manage to get the ball right at the 1, but he accidentally slipped and it got into the end zone, making it a touchback. Good news for the Los Angeles Rams. Like in the 20-yard line is where we got Matthew Stafford and lead the team out there like. Let's see. I don't know what happened, but I think we got. I don't know what happened next, but only thing I can remember is I believe the Lions did a turnover. I believe on them. Like I believe was like at this, like when they just kicked it right into him. Like correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is where we got Jared Goff was managing to get a first down with. And passing it to his running backs and receivers, like, and this is where when he was like at the 40, like we're actually at the 41. This is where he got this is where the Montgomery they got like about 4 yards, I believe. This is where no, it was 5 yards because he passed the 45, he got the 46. This is where we got this is where we got This is where then Jared Goff then regrouped the team. This is where then he passed the fake passes to Montgomery. This is where he tried to throw it right to somebody, but the only person that was open was Montgomery himself. He only could get like about how many yards in reception? Like 2 yards in reception, which he got into 3. This is where then we got what's his name? Jared Goff then snapped the ball. This is where then he run right back. This is where he launched it right onto Williams. This is where then Jamison then ran it all the way to the end zone. This is where doing it right to the left. This is where he got the touchdown. This is where then the referee by the end zone then gave it a confirmation that it is a touchdown. But however, there was a flag down with the referee that was watching closely right by them that the play just happened then and there. This is where it had to be. It's where the Adrian Hill explained exactly the penalties on. It's where it was like during the pass, like it was an illegal contact by the defense, but none of that matters because I guess the penalty decline of the result of the play is a touchdown, and yeah, the Detroit Lions received another touchdown, which they were leading like about how many points? Like 2 touchdowns, like 14 points, 17 to 3. And yeah, but this is where they then get the ball. This is where then we got the ball right back of the what's that called? The Los Angeles Rams is where we got Matthew Stafford threw it to Corwin Williams. Is where he only got about a couple of yards. This is where we got but yeah, this is where we got let's see. Right there, I threw it to Kerwin Williams again, but they only got a couple more yards, which it got him like about 3rd and let's see. 3rd and 10 because I believe they were pushed right back. But this is where we got Matthew Stafford was like, all right, 1, 2, 1, like 35, and this is where then he snapped the ball. He threw it to Cooper Kupp. That's where he juked up. He got 10 yards and more, which I believe he got like about 5 more yards, like maybe 6. Like I'm not sure. It looked like it's like a 15 or 16-yard run. That's where Matthew Stafford was like, "Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about." Like it don't matter. We're down by 2 touchdowns. We're making up some lost time, and we're gonna make sure to stick into this plan until we surpass the Lions in their lead. And yeah, let me tell you, this was a huge comeback. It was huge, and they becoming second when it comes to a very interesting game, like in the of the week, which is the Chiefs versus which comes second to the Chiefs versus the Ravens this past Thursday. Unless the Jets versus the 49ers are good, but I don't know if that will be any good. Like, let alone be in the top 3 spot. But this is where we got Matthew Stafford then kneeled down. That's where he's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And once he said it, he then shouted break. That's where then he tried to go for a snap onto the ball. That's where he got the ball, passed it to Kerwin White again. But he managed to get Kerwin Williams. What am I saying right now? This is where he got about 7 yards. This is where then we got it was like 3rd and 4, I believe. Yeah. This is where we got Here's where they were at field goal range when Matthew Stafford tried to do it to Williams once again, but he only got barely like a yard or 2, which he got into the 4th down, which got because the defense was too was too stronger than they were. This is where they were like 4th and 3. Yeah, they only gained a yard. But here's where then we got here's where then we got what's his name? Matthew Stafford managed to get a first down, throwing it to Robinson, gained some points until he got up in the 15-yard line. That's where Matthew Stafford's like, yes, like that's what we're talking about now. Like we're about to score, and we're gonna that's only gonna just be the beginning of our comeback story. This is where we got but yeah, this is where we got but this is where they only got like only a couple yards by running it. Like, but yeah, this is where they were like 3rd and 6, like from 2 attempts were failed from passing the line of scrimmage. This is where then we got This is where we got Matthew Stafford, then snaps the ball, try to throw it to Cooper Kupp. But this is where Cooper Kupp was like, "Where's the flag?" Like they was grabbing my face mask, and this is where they finally threw it once he had to tell him that. This is where we got Adrian Hill, then of the referee, then explained like personal foul, like face mask, or no, it wasn't a pass interference. I think it was more likely a pass interference. Is where he pointed out who it was. It was defense number 23. Oh no, it was number. No, it was a number 0. Yeah, it was number 0 of the corner. He was like the ball will be placed in the spot of the foul, like and it will be automatic first down. Which it was like kind of like half-inch distance to the goal. But I mean, I think it was actually the 2-yard line, maybe 3. But this is where they started right there, like the 1st and goal, because it was an automatic first down. Like the referee said, is where Kerwin Williams then managed to run it in there to get a touchdown. And let me tell you that this was indeed the beginning of their comeback. But this is where then we got but once they got the score, this is where then they kicked it right back to the Detroit Lions. Is where they try to do their best to try to maintain the lead, but yeah, unfortunately, it was not working for them. They got stopped by the defense, especially by thanks to Verse on the maturity of the time on this snap on this drive that the Detroit Lions was on. This is where and they did so good, like to the point they got them into the third. They were third down, like 3rd and 5. This is where the jerk off to try to throw it right up into to his intended receiver, which was Laporta. That's what his name is, Laporta. But this is where he gets knocked right down, like which you only got like about 4 yards, like which they were 4th and 1. They end up kicking it right back to the Rams, which the Rams took advantage of this moment. Like, and they definitely did absolutely that. Like, and then it was all worth the wait. Like, and they're thinking like, yeah, I guess that old saying's right. Like that good thing happens really do happen to those who wait. This is where then we got. Let's see what happens. It was like in this drive from the LA Rams. This is where he passed it right on to the Curlin White, I believe again. No, it was Tyler Johnson that actually. This is where he threw it to Tyler Johnson. This is where he ran it like for like about like yards after yards after yards until he got up right into the I'll say the 23-yard line, I believe. Yeah, that's where it was the 63 yards actually. I was like, wow, like I never thought I would see. This is where he launched it. I mean, this is where he threw it right into to Johnson, Tyler Johnson. Like, and this is where he run the 63 yards until he got to the 23. That's where he was just about a couple of first downs away from the end zone. That's where then we got. That's where then we got the Rams then managed to call for a timeout. Or no, I think it was. No, I believe it was. I believe it was. Somebody. I mean, I think the timer went off. Yeah, it was the timer in the third quarter. Of course, that's what happened. It was the third quarter that just went out like into zero. This is where then they then continue on the fourth quarter, like which on the third quarter, like the Rams got a touchdown and both and the Detroit Lions got a touchdown respectively on each drive. But this is where then we got the next quarter then went up. It was the fourth quarter now. And I was like, who's gonna walk out here victorious and is gonna earn who's gonna earn the shout out of the night, I guess you could say, and who's gonna be the team of the night, I guess you could say, on Sunday Night Football. Which the reason why am wearing blue, because I did say it on my previous video that I will be wearing blue regardless of who's gonna win. Well, I got like somebody who won, which I'm not gonna get into right now until we're in the end of the video. But it was a guarantee that I'm gonna be wearing blue tonight, because why not blue for the Lions or blue for the Rams? Like, it don't matter as long as it gets the color that's representing either of the teams. Which it was a lucky night for me tonight. But anyway, this is where we got. This is where we got Matthew Stafford passing it to Cooper Kupp right onto the 18-yard line. He only got like about 5 yards on the play. This is where then we got this is where they then went on and tried to go for another play, maybe a passing play to Curlin White, or maybe switch him with Rivers, whoever Matthew Stafford has in mind. Excuse me. This is where we got. Who was it that they passed it to? It was Matthew Stafford. He tried to throw it right into what's his name? To Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, it was Demarcus Robinson. He tried to D-Rob, But this is where we got Arnold and stop him, like the rookie that the Detroit Lions picked up from the NFL draft this year. This is where D-Rob was like, yeah, like he's the one that grabbed onto me, and like I couldn't get the touchdown reception. And so Arnold's like, okay, I messed up, but that doesn't mean I was supposed to let you get a touchdown scot free. This is where we got Adrian Hill and explain like who got the penalty, like which. And that's where it is like half-inch distance to the goal at the 1 yard line, automatic first down, which was an automatic first and goal, which was easier for the Los Angeles Rams to tie the game. And then this where, well, unfortunately, they got pushed back by a yard, which was which was at the 2nd yard line. This is where then we got Matthew Stafford and pass it to Jordan Whittington, like with him running in motion. This is where he went directly wide out into the left. And nobody wasn't there to stop him other than this guy that was already in the end zone. But it was too late by the time he tried to shoulder spin him. But he managed to get inside the end zone. But he went right to the out of bounds. But it was too late. He got a touchdown. This is where. But unfortunately, there was a flag on the play for the Rams. This is where then we got Hill then explained it was the offense that was holding. That explains why he easily got inside the end zone, which it was number 61. He was grabbing on the face mask of the defensive man, which was Hutchinson, number 97. But this is where they got pulled back like 5 yards back at the 7 yard line in the penalty. This is where it was a replay of 2nd and goal. This is where Curlin Williams then got passed again by Matthew Stafford, but it was 3rd and goal. This is where they try it again, like with them group huddling on what play they should do. Perhaps it's going to be a trick play, which that's what I thought at least. But this is where the Matthew Stafford then tried to go for a play that looked like it was going to be convincing that they're going to get inside no matter what. But however, like the Lions made sure to bring in pressure for the Rams. The Lions made sure to put under pressure. This is where he tried to throw it right into his receiver on the left side, which was Cooper Kupp that was intended. But the flag was thrown right after the play. This is where they were like holding offense, and then that's where I believe the referee didn't decline this penalty because that's what the Detroit Lions wanted to do. This is where then we got but this is where then they were like, okay, no matter, like because the next time we get the ball, we're gonna score a touchdown and be a spoiler right here. Like, and I'm sorry if I am, but I have to say it. Like, let's say they got the touchdown and they were leading. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. It was Joshua Carty that kicked the field goal, which he got the 13-17. That's where they managed to kick the ball right back to the Detroit Lions, and they got right back into the in position of trying to maintain in the lead and trying to gain some more yards and trying to score some more points. But this is where they got a false start penalty on one play, like by the offense, before Matthew Stafford can Jared Goff. And before Jared Goff can even have a chance to snap the ball, Jared Goff then managed to try again at 2nd down, which he passed to the running back, which I believe was Montgomery, got 5 yards. But yeah, since the false start, they pushed them back like 10 yards, and then they got about 2nd and 15. That's where he threw it right into the who was it that got thrown to? It was tip of my tongue. It was the tight end. What's his name? It was but yeah, whoever his name was, he got about how many yards? I believe it was like 9 yards. I believe this is where we got Jared Goff then regrouped with them, huddled on them. This is where then they this is where they got into their respective positions. This is where then we got Jared Goff snaps the ball. This is where then he tried to throw it to somebody, but it was like no, like since I have the ball and I'm getting ahead, like I might as well just run it, which it was all worth it. The bet was a little too risky, but he managed to cross the line of scrimmage, get a first down and more, maybe 7 yards, got an extra yard. This is where we got Jared Goff was at the 41-yard line. Jared Goff snaps the ball, fake pass it to Gibbs. This is where he threw it to Williams. And this is where he got the 10 yards and more. Which he got like an extra 18 yards along with the first down, which then made it up to 18 yards that he gained like from this reception. This is where Jared Goff's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is where it looks like that they're gonna they're gonna maintain in the lead in their own home stadium. This is where we got Gibbs then ran like about 7 yards on the next play, which got the 2nd and 3. This is where then we got let's see what happened. It was let's see, this is where we got this is where the Los Angeles Rams then tried to snap the ball, but it was a false start by somebody by the offense, which was number 77. And it was none other than Ragnar of the offensive lineman of the Detroit Lions that accidentally stepped right back. This is where they got back. They got pushed right back 5 more yards, which it was 2nd and 8. This is where then we got the Jared Goff. This is where then Jared Goff tried to throw it to his intended receiver, which I believe was St. Brown, but this is where one of the corners from the Rams picked it off into an interception. And we were like, oh. And they're like, oh my gosh, like you just picked it off. This is where then the Rams like, yes, like we're gonna get back in the lead for sure. And that's when the comeback story came for the Rams. But unfortunately, like it didn't last for long. But we're gonna get to that in just a moment. But this is where the Rams started thinning there. This is where we got the Rams. Let's see. Matthew Stafford then. It was like 180. I said 180 to 260. I said hike, and that's where then he threw it right into Cooper Kupp. This is where he only got like about half a dozen of 6, I believe, 6 yards. This is where then we got oh no, I think it was over half a dozen, which was 7, which they got like it was 2nd and 3rd, like when at the 30. Oh no, the 20 actually was at the 20. I believe was at the 27-yard line. I believe, yeah. This is where then Matt Stafford was like, all right. I said hike 1, 2, 3, 4, like 760, like hike. This is where he snaps. This is where then he throws it right into what. He threw it to his tight end. What's his name? It was what's his name? Something 10. But yeah, number 86. Like he only got like 2 yards from the throw, which was 3rd and 1 now. Which the bells are ringing, because like on every home team's stadium, they're gonna be ringing the bell like against their rival team, like that has the 3rd down, whether if it's like 3rd and 20 to 3rd and 1. This is where then we got. Matt Stafford was like, break. And this is where then, while kneeling down, this is where then he then snaps the ball like, all right, like down, set, like I'm not done, not yet. So nobody don't step back, like other than the receivers, like in motion. This is where then Matt Stafford then throw it right. This is where they throw it to his intended receiver, which was in the right, which was Mr. Tyler Johnson. This is where he got the yard, over the yard, obviously, of course. And that was like, I believe, like, I'll say maybe like over 15 yards, like maybe like, let's see, they were like at the they were like at the 29, so he threw it right around the, I'll say at the 40, they're like the 42, so count that in math, that's 29, 42, so that's like 13 yards actually. Yeah. It's like about 13 yards. This is where then we got Matthew Stafford then threw the ball right onto Cooper Kupp, but this is where he managed to keep him out from crossing the line, which he didn't win nowhere. 2nd and 10. This is where then we got This is where then we got Matthew Stafford to try again, like if he's a male quarterback, Britney Spears. This is where he throw it right into to Demarcus Robinson for like only 9 yards. This is where then he passed it to Kerwin Williams, which he managed to get the yard. This is where they got the first down, passing enemy territory in the process. This is where they were already at the 47-yard line. Like they were already past enemy territory, of course. And they were right into the Lions territory. This is where we got another play with Cooper Kupp. We threw it right to Cooper Kupp. He did a little tiptoe. We were like at the 28-yard line. Yeah, which he tiptoed right into there. Like after they passed the 47, which I believe they gained about. Like it was 47 at the 47-yard line. So and then now they're at the 27. So it was like a 20-yard throw, like a double first down. Even this is where then we got. But yeah, this is where then we got. This is where then the Rams then think of something together. Is where Matthew Stafford threw it right into the D-Rob again, and I was like, man, why is he still not on the Chiefs? Like what reason why the Chiefs let him go? Like he was their best receiver, like next to the others. Like back in the glory back in the glory days when Sammy Watkins and what's his name and Tyreek Hill was there, like he was there. He was the definitely in the Mount Rushmore with the receivers of the Legion of Zoom, like once Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said in that hype video on Super Bowl 54, I believe. Yeah, back in 2020. But this is where anyways, back to the game. This is where we got. But this is where Matthew Stafford threw it to Kupp again. This is where he managed to catch it right in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. They lead the 20-17. I was like, like it's not looking good for the Lions, but it is with the Rams. Like they finally made their comeback. Like they're gonna win their first game of the season. Well, that's at least I thought they were, because this is where we got the Lions were not shying away, because they were doing everything they can to score some kind of points, whether they went for the win or go overtime. Like this is where one of them was absolutely correct, but then coming back and bouncing right back from the Rams, like scoring a touchdown, and they were down by 3 points, field goal even. Is where we got the Lions' offense then got in the field. Is where it was Jared Goff fake pass to Montgomery. This is where then he tried to throw it right into his intended receiver, but he end up getting blasted by Verse and that other defensive lineman, which I believe only got him like a few yards at 3rd and 5. This is where we got Jared Goff then try again, but this time to pass the yellow line of scrimmage and the first down line. This is where he threw it for. This is where then we got an interception by Durant, like when he was trying to throw it to St. Brown, I believe. But no, it was William. Yeah, it was the receiver William. But it looked like but it wasn't an actual interception, because the Durant of the corner on the Rams dropped the ball once he landed right on the ground. He was like, he put his head right into the turf in shame. He was like, it was so damn close. And then this where it was right into his hands, but it dropped right off his arms, like in his right side, like when he fell right into the turf. But the Lions managed to go for a punt right onto the Rams, like to Kerwin Williams, but he was right in the 10-yard line. But they managed to stop him right on the plays, like making sure that he doesn't not get does not score again to make sure that it will be a guarantee that they're not going to beat them. This is where but yeah, they managed to get 5 yards. Matt Stafford, I believe, with Kerwin with Kerwin Williams is where he tried to throw it to is one of his receivers, but they got denied by either the safety or the corner. This is where, but there was a flag on the play. However, this is where we heard what the flag was. Uh, well, I'm not sure if there was any flag. I think I'm mistaken right here, but it's where we got the tight end then was in motion. Like this is where then we got Matthew Stafford snapped the ball. This is where then he tried to throw it right into the intended receiver, which I keep saying intended way too many times. But yeah, he threw it directly to D-Rob, like Demarcus Robinson for short, of course. This is where he got he crossed the line of scrimmage, but he got pushed right back. But the defense, one thing you did not know, but there's no takebacks. As soon as a receiver catches the ball past the line, there's no takebacks. Like in there, you cannot push him right back. They start the play right there. This is where Matthew Stafford then snapped the ball right at the 21. This is where we got D-Rob was in motion. This is where he tried to go for a pass right on to Kerwin Williams. I believe he got stopped of a loss of 2 by the Detroit defense. This is where I was like, yeah, like this Detroit defense has been almost as impressive as the Chiefs defense this past Thursday. This is where then we got let's see, it was Matthew Stafford then tried to throw it to somebody at 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line. Actually, this is where then we got that's where he tried to go for a throw, but this is where the referees then stopped, and they blew their whistle. It was a false start by the offense on the Rams. It was number 71, yeah, which was Mr. McClinger. Yeah, I believe that's what his name is. But yeah, this is where they got pushed back. It was 2nd and like 5 yards, so it was like 2nd and 17. This is where then we got Matthew Stafford passing to Kerwin Williams. I believe this is where he ran it for like about like a gain of 6, I believe.